This is an SWX Special Sports presentation. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Northwest Grand Prix starts right now.
Hi, racing fans, and welcome to Spokane County Raceway for the 2014 O'Reilly Northwest Grand Prix. And we've got an exciting weekend of races here in the Inland Northwest. Sam Adams alongside Todd Stanley. Thank you for joining us here on what has been a signature event here at the Spokane County Raceway. Weather definitely going to be on our side here, on the racer's side this afternoon.
Absolutely. We're going to be in the mid-80s today. Got a nice little cross breeze coming in here. I think conditions are going to be fantastic. We may grease up a little bit towards the end of the day as far as the track surface go, but I think we're going to have a good day of racing.
Should be a great day, and I tell you what, this is all about a great cause. Vanessa Behan Crisis Nursery, the money from this race being used to support that charity.
Yeah, all the monies that we are gathering for that, it's a local charity. All the money stay here, stay locally, to benefit a wonderful cause. They do a wonderful job for us.
Wonderful cause and a wonderful event, folks. We've got race number one. Hold on to your hats.
And away we go. This is group number 4. Todd, just looking at the early break, who are you keeping an eye on here in Group 4?
Man, you got to watch out for Jim and Michael, both driving those BMWs. They've been quick all weekend long. Number 107 and number 3. 107 had the pole.
McAdee in 107 in the BMW M3, and Michael McAleenan in the number 3 BMW GTR.
It actually, in a race like that, I don't feel like I'm driving the car. Like, I feel like I'm a passenger. I just think where I want to go, and the car does it. Isn't that about it, Mike?
Yeah.
When you really get in the flow?
And, you know, you don't always see racing like that. If you get two cars that are absolutely even, like there's some of the cars out here that are so even that if one guy makes a mistake, the other guy's never going to catch him. But with our cars, they've got strengths and weaknesses in different areas. Although they look very similar, they do have strength. And so that makes it one stronger, one's weaker in areas that you can catch up, and it makes much better competition in my opinion. But you know, for anybody, if you're out there by yourself just driving around, it's much better when you're racing with someone you can trust. You don't go into those corners door to door with everybody. You got to pick those battles, and I know Jim's not going to turn in on me or push me off the track, and you know, that kind of thing. So there's a few people you can do that with, and thankfully Jim was around for today.
He's going to try an over and under. Unfortunately, he's going to be on the outside going into turn 9 here. He's going to try to outbrake. Oh, look at that.
There he goes. Nice move by Jim McAdee to overtake McAleenan. So the 107 car has taken the lead. The BMW.
Yeah, that was textbook, Sam. That was awesome to watch.
Let's see if McAleenan can return the favor now. That's fun racing for both of those guys. That's what this is all about for these two.
Absolutely.
Pair of BMWs going head to head and wheel to wheel. Let's see if we can get a race for Zach George in that Chevrolet Corvette.
I got a pretty good jump, but you were gone.
I knew that I had to get a bit of a gap, you know, the tires I had, that I knew Jim behind me, he'd catch up pretty quick, and he did. And that's the way it played out, and I knew I was going to have a battle till the end.
So down the straightaway they come to see if we have a new leader at the end of this straightaway. We will not. McAdee holding the line and holding the lead. But not by much.
Side by side coming towards us here again, Sam.
We're going to have a new leader here after this turn, folks. Absolutely we will. McAleenan has overtaken McAdee now for the lead.
Neither one of these guys are going to run away with it, that's for sure.
Powell and Nadelin in the FFR challenges. Again, Powell is in the yellow, Nadelin in the white with blue. And he has the lead between the two Cobras. They're putting on a clinic.
Yeah, these two have been together all weekend long. Looks like they're having a great time out there, Sam. Oh, look at here. It's tucked underneath him.
Side by side. And Nadelin holds on. We've been blessed with some very good racing so far, clean racing, aside from the early spin out. We've had close contests. Of course, the lead right now going back and forth between the two BMWs. Good line there from McCaddy in the 107 lead car. Blue and orange BMW M3. There's a good look at Jeff Pennick in the Impala, black and red.
Yeah, it looks like he's slowing down a little bit there.
Sometimes it's lonely out there if you don't have anybody to go up against.
Do you know something, that when you're off by yourself, a 30-minute race is forever. Like, I'm on the headset saying, how much time's left? How much time's left? And Gerald said there's halfway. I thought, oh, wow. And then 5 minutes.
Yeah, right there.
I better giddy up. Yeah, it just goes so fast.
It's like yesterday you saw the air show, those guys flying around up there. We can't do that. This is the next closest thing for us.
And it's kind of nice. It's real gentleman racing. We trust each other. We're fine with going in tight, and we know that the other guy's predictable, and that it's huge.
Yeah.
You know, you can push your car to the absolute limit and know that the other guy isn't going to do something stupid. It's pretty terrific.
And there's the leaders, McCaddy and McAleenan.
Oh, he's got a little bit of gap there. We'll see how soon that gets closed up.
If past history tells us anything, it shouldn't be long. McAleenan with the lead for the moment. Trying to create any distance he can. He's starting to pull away a little bit here.
Yeah, he's starting to gap him.
Relatively speaking, that's a close race, but from what we have seen here this afternoon, that's as far back as these two have been from each other.
Yeah, that's the biggest gap we've had
since the start. Remember, early on we had Zach George kind of in the mix, trying to get into that 2 spot. Never came to fruition, obviously, as it has been all about the BMWs.
There's like turn 1, 2, we're almost dead even. And for some reason, Mike's car's got a little more torque. He picks me up on the back straight, and he can brake a little deeper into turn 4. And then I'm a little quicker through 6 and 7 and 8.
Right.
And then 9 through 1, I pick him up just a little bit. So it's just like if one of us makes a wobble, which I did on the last lap, I went into 2 so hot that the car just did one of these things. And Mike got about a car length and a half, and that was about it.
That's what I needed. That was what I needed. And you know, we got to send a huge thanks out to our car builder, our guy Gerald Low Group Racing. He built my car and Jim's car, and as you can see, they both do a fantastic job.
The leader's coming up to pass. Lap another car here. I didn't catch the number. There we go. There's Eric Kraus, number 39 in that Porsche, and right behind him is Mac Russell in the 70 and the 240 SX.
There's another race within a race.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about this kind of racing, Sam, is, you know, we spent a lot of time watching the leaders, and it's been a great race between them. But there's always a bunch of races further back in the field.
You know, when Mac Russell enters this field, he has no illusions of being able to overtake a driver like McAleenan or McCaddy with the cars that the setups that they have. But they have their own personal goals, and we have our checkered flag. McAleenan in the BMW GTR. Jim McCaddy in the 107 BMW M3 in second.
We got to say thank you to Conference and Spokane and the Northwest Motorsports for putting another great weekend. They dialed in the weather just like they said they would. And we hope to be back again next year, and hopefully with more cars and more people want to come out and see it.
Yeah, it was a real fun time and hanging out with my buddy Mike. He's been the faster driver forever, and I gauge myself how well I'm doing as to whether I can catch up to him. So, it's kind of nice to be on the same lap. He used to lap me once or twice. Now we're a little closer, so that's very cool.
And a victory lap for Michael McAleenan as he withstood the charge from Jim McCaddy in a great race between the BMWs. Much more to come here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Northwest Grand Prix on SWX.
You're watching the O'Reilly Auto Parts Northwest Grand Prix.
And let's go with Group 5. Group 5 right now, taking the track at Spokane County Raceway. And sitting on the pole in the BMW 325 IS, number 108, Dan Gavrila. What can you tell us about this particular group here?
Well, Group 5 is dominated mostly by the Pro 3 cars. Gavrila and Cody Smith, they're first and second. We got to watch these guys. They're going to make a race of it.
And do you expect a tightly contested race or a series of packs? How does this look?
These cars are pretty close-knit. Speed, performance, they're all set up very similar. Kind of a driver's class, too. Two front runners there, probably the two best in this particular group right now. Dim Rylick, he's going to make a race of it. But let's keep our eyes on Smith and Gavrila.
So that would be 108 Dan Gavrila, who is the pole sitter, and Cody Smith, BMW 325. He has number 225. So the black, red, and blue, and the blue and black in the BMWs.
But I've been an athlete my whole life, so I've played a lot of sports, and I've competed at the highest level in a couple different sports. So I'm kind of used to being at the top of the game, I guess, if you will. So was I surprised? Yes. But did I expect something close to that? Yes, I didn't think I'd be a mid-pack guy for sure, let's put it that way. And the guys at AAF gave me a crazy good car, so I had no excuse to not be up front and doing well.
There's fast drivers, and then there's Cody. So he can get the most out of a car that I've ever seen out of anybody. He can hop in somebody's car that thinks they're pushing it to the edge, and Cody can come in and go 2 seconds faster. He's got that talent that he just has the instinct and how to go faster, kind of the Ayrton Senna thing. Mentally, he knows it's there, he knows the grip is there, and he can get it.
So the first time I met Cody was at Portland, and I don't know if it was his first race or not. But I went over to him because he was just god-awful fast. I mean, blowing people away that had been racing it for years, and probably 3-4 seconds a lap faster than I was. I went over to him and said, "Man, what's your secret?" And he said, "Wired energy drinks and gummy worms." Gummy worms, that was his secret, which I think tells you a lot of character about Cody. A lot of racers, when they compete at that level, are just so damn serious and screwed a little too tight. Cody's just down-to-earth guy. Always got time for everybody, always got a smile, story. Great competitor, great guy.
Yeah, waiting for one of those two to make a mistake so we can gather it up a little bit more there.
Haven't seen a whole lot of mistakes.
No.
Not all afternoon. But look at that nose to tail.
Oh, Cody
Smith is going to overtake him. Cody has taken the lead.
That was a nice pass there. Oh, he went into the pits. Garli's into the pits. Had a problem there.
So Dan Gavrila, who had led for much of this race, is out, and this is now Cody Smith's race to lose.
Oh, that's a shame. Dan had to work on his car earlier for qualifying. Little bit of an incident there. They worked hard, got that car going. It's a shame to see him into the pits here.
There's a reason why they call it the pits.
Yes.
So Gavrila forced to step aside. The new leader, Cody Smith.
And here comes Doug.
Smith's got a little company. Doug Rollick now up to task.
Say, Dan's out of there. I'll take his place. You know, they're coming up on some lap cars here, so that could play into it.
Oh, Rollick really coming in hot here, too. Dan Heinrich in the Toyota Paseo will pull aside and let these guys work out their differences.
Absolutely. Dan's been doing this for a long, long time. He knows what's going on out there. He knows. And hey, he's
an eyeball on the rear view just to make sure where they are in relation to him, and he'll scoot out of the way when that moment comes.
You know, he's an assistant race steward too, so these guys are going to be really clean by him.
And there they go. So Cody Smith, a clean pass as he laps him. Cody in 1 and Doug holding down 2nd. About halfway through this race, and Cody Smith, the new leader. Dan Gavrila, his day is over. Unfortunate for him. He had been running a great race, but sometimes the car just doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. You know, and these two are coming out of the same camp, so, you know, AAF done a wonderful job preparing these two cars.
So Advanced Auto Fabrication is our company. We've started about 4 years ago. We're Spokane-based, Spokane Valley-based specifically. We're one of the only speed shops. We're the only shop that does road race stuff for the most part. We do everything and anything from daily driver stuff to full-on road race prep and care. So we kind of span the gamut. We've got a dyno in-house. We do lots of tuning and that kind of stuff as well. So we get to play with lots of really fun stuff. It's a dream come true kind of a job for sure in a business. So there's not a whole lot of options in Spokane when it comes to that kind of stuff. And when people come into my shop, they are always surprised to see, wow, this is in Spokane. So it's a neat little hole in the wall. We're kind of back out of the way, and it's pretty cool to be that shop anyway.
Got another great race going on here. Look at this pack.
Yeah, 145. There's Perry Hartman in the Nissan there. Oh, look at this going into turn 6 here. Little neons peeking in there, BMW.
I believe that's look like a neon. Is that? Yeah. That might be Donato Di Sandoli, the Dodge Dion ACR.
ACR, yeah, factory little race car.
It looks like we'll have a lead change as well at the lead of the pack.
Oh, be darned, look at that.
So take your eye off the ball just a little bit, and sure enough, Doug Rollick has overtaken Cody Smith for the lead. But look at that. How long will the lead last?
Cody's going to go after him, guaranteed.
Rollick hanging on by a thread right now for the lead here in Group 5. Where are Cody and Doug age-wise, comparatively speaking to each other?
You know, Cody, I call him a kid, but he's not. I've known him since he's been a young man, since he was a teenager, watching him come up through the motorsports ranks through autocrossing and endurance racing and stuff like that. It's great to see him mature and become a champion in his first year in that particular car there. You know, Doug, I don't know too well. More by reputation, good guy, clean racer. You know, I just haven't spent much time around Doug.
Well, Doug and Cody have certainly spent a lot of time alongside each other in this race.
Yeah, especially since they're coming out of the AF camp, so yep.
The slimmest of margins right now for Doug Rollick.
here, Sam.
And there we go. Cody Smith has now taken the lead, makes his move on Doug Rollick.
There's plenty of guys out there that are fast, that are on the edge, ragged edge all the time and off track half the time and those kinds of things. And Cody drives with equipment in mind, takes care of stuff, brings the car back whole, doesn't put himself in positions where he's going to get forced off and things like that. So he's a very smart driver all the way around, as well as being fast. So it's an amazing combination, and it's something that doesn't happen very often in auto sports, and especially at this level.
So it's crunch time right now. Cody Smith trying to hold off the charge from Doug Rollick. And it looks like this is his race to lose.
Yeah, we got about 60 more seconds here to see. Yeah, it looks like Cody gapped him a little bit there. Not by much.
And Cody Smith, who had overtaken Dan Gavrila to take the lead, then overtook Doug Rollick, has held on to win this one. Cody Smith, your winner in Group 5. SWX would like to thank the following sponsors for their partnership with this O'Reilly Auto Parts Northwest Grand Prix. And we have a split start for you folks who have been waiting patiently for these formulas, Group 6 and Group 3. Should be a heck of a field here.
Yeah, it's my favorite group to watch. Car's close to my heart. Wish I was out there. Well,
there's still time.
Yeah, we'll get out there.
Well, we said split start. Maybe we can make it a triple split and we can get you in your own field.
They don't allow bicycles out there.
Well, who are we going to keep an eye on here today?
We're going to keep an eye on the Formula Continentals, which are holding the first 4 positions. I noticed a couple of the Continentals did not take qualifying laps, but I did see him out there, so we're going to watch. And one of them's really fast. It's Greg C. Coffin. He should be coming up through the field. But I'll tell you what, Zach Burke and that Formula 2 Van Diemen, blue and green, he's been the class of the field all weekend.
Hard to miss that car. Zach Burke, one of the younger guys out here on the track.
Yeah, a good young gentleman, kind, easy to talk to, eager to learn, doing a great job out there.
Tell me a little bit about the variation in the cars that we're going to see in Groups 3 and Group 6.
The Formula Continentals are these wing cars. That's Zach Burke's car right there. It's a Formula Continental. They use 2-liter Mustangs, or they use a 2-liter Z-Tech motor. Roger in position number 2, driving the Mini-Gal, is a Z-Tech powered car. Roger just just got that car there a couple, 3-4 weeks ago, so he's new to it, but it's been very fast. Formula Fords are non-winged 1600 cars, incredibly fast through the corners. We're going to see a good race with those guys because they were in really tight, and I can already see the start of that.
All of them can certainly fly.
Good race here in the mid-pack there. Just saw George Dorn in the 41 Mazda leading this group here. George had a little bit of an off yesterday. Everybody came together, got his car together, and good to see George out there.
This is hugely important. This is our quintessential race for Northwest Motorsports. We put this on, we spend months and months and months preparing for this, getting the sponsors together, getting people like you involved in it, getting people like Steve involved in it, and just getting out here and promoting this whole thing, trying to get people from Spokane to come and see what other kind of racing there is besides oval racing and drag racing. This road racing is an incredible sport. It gets in your blood. You can't go away, and it becomes it's a motivating factor in your life. I got a T-shirt the other day that says, "Wide open until you see God, then break." And that pretty much epitomizes the spirit of the people that go out here, you know. And it's not whether you win or lose; it's whether you win.
I don't think Zach's going to wait for him, Sam.
No, I don't think so. I think Zach's just perfectly content to go into annihilation mode, if you will. So what's the future hold for a guy like Zach? Are we going to see him on a bigger stage?
Yeah, well, he's going to do some other racing. I believe his license through SCCA. I don't know if he's preparing for the runoffs. The runoffs this year are down in Laguna Seca. I know there's a couple other guys out there that are preparing to make that run. Oh, we got a car off at 4 here. Number 66 is Mark Keller in his Club Ford. He made it back on the track here safely.
Well, a cloud of dust, but able to get back on safely, which is very, of course, important.
Yeah, his job's cut out for him to get caught back up. There's Mark right there, and
Mark Keller.
Yeah, Mark Keller's been at this for a long, long time.
Wind picking up a little bit, as you can probably tell on our microphones. Getting a little breezy. Let's push some clouds through what was a spotless sky, but still a beautiful day for racing.
Nice shot of Lawrence Hayes there in car number 55. That's an Argo.
And there's Zach flying right along. Oh, we're fortunate to be wearing the headphones. These babies make some noise.
They do. For such a small cubic inch motor, they do. But there is a decibel limit. You can only go 103 decibels. Oh, what do we got here? Coffin in the 04 car, tucking underneath Roger there, the 716.
That'd be Roger in the 716. And as the clouds start rolling in, Zach Burke rolling right along from start to finish into Formula 2. But check out this little race going on here. Coffin getting a run for his money here, and watch out.
Yeah. Oh, look at here we go. Coffin took the inside, see if he can hang on to it, because he's going to go out.
And there's the checkered flag. Zach Burke in the Formula 2 Van Diemen.
Oh, Coffin got him there in the 04 car.
Still some race to be done there.
Roger snuck right back up on his gearbox there. Nicely done, gentlemen.
Greg Coffin having some fun in his Miguel. Certainly having some fun here in the formulas in groups 3 and 6.
More racing from Spokane County Raceway coming up.
You're watching the O'Reilly Auto Parts Northwest Grand Prix.
This is a championship race series, so the racers get points, and at the end of the year, if there's enough race people in their category and they've done enough races and they get enough points, then they get trophies at the big banquet. I couldn't believe when I came out that we had 50 to 75 people volunteering to work the corners so I could go out and have such a good time in my car. And it's just a huge, great fun. We've got, you get to know the people that you race with, and your camaraderie, you have friends together. One of the things they keep talking about is I have competitors whose cars break, and you work as hard as you can to help them fix their car so you can go out and try and beat them in a race, because you don't want to beat them just because they can't get their car working. So we have a great time.
I'm Northwest Motorsports chairman, and this is just an important event to keep the track running. Craig Smith has been a great advocate of the road course, helped us a lot out here. We bring in about 70 people out of town, race teams out of town, a lot of hotel support, and it's just a really big deal for our community to get these cars out here and support the track. Earning money for the Vanessa Behan Crisis Nursery. We've gotten pledges, we've given car rides at lunch, and it's just really important to be out in the community and get those donations for a good cause.
And on the 2.25 mile Spokane County Raceway track, here is Group 1. A little bit of everything here.
Green flag.
And Mike Kelly will start out with the lead here in Group 1. Figures to be a fun race in the Pontiac Grand Prix.
Yeah, I'm thinking they almost should call this thing the BMW race. Look at all the BMWs out there.
All but two, according to my sheet. Kelly in the Grand Prix, Rick Bostrom also in a Pontiac.
Yeah, both of those are GT cars. Silhouette with the bodies on them. Quick, and they got that V8 roar.
I'll make some noise, and we're going to have some fun out here as well. And right away, Mike Kelly to a solid lead. Jeff Van Leerup in the 59 car, the BMW M3. All right, give us the lay of the land here in this race here.
Well, we got the ground pounders, we like to call them. Mike Kelly's car, that 717 there that's in the lead. Then we got the quicker BMWs. Those are the M3s. A couple of those cars we saw earlier today. And then we got the whole gaggle of the Pro 3 cars. Well, it looks like I'm looking at the sheet here, probably 90% of them are. And we're going to see some great racing with those guys. Already kicking up the dust back there. So, the ground pounders, these M3s, they're going to be quick. I imagine they're going to be lapping the Pro 3 cars here, in a half dozen laps or so. But they'll behave themselves.
So how does one get into this? How did you get into this? How do these guys? I mean, everybody's got a different story, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to racing, doing what you love.
Yeah, and everybody gets into it differently. I can talk about my background. It was drag racing, got bored with that. Circle track, kind of got bored with that. Did some autocrossing and then hill climbing, and then eventually got into the road racing and never looked back. You know, it's just a joy to run on a closed course like this. You know, turning left to right, slowing down, accelerating, you get it all. You know, a lot of other guys just see the road racing, want to do it and get the equipment and go at it. Go to race schools, learn the trade, and just start going.
Mike Kelly, his lead has never been in question. The battle for second continues.
Yeah.
McCaddy and Van Lierop trading places.
Yeah, coming to that shot, these two guys got some lap traffic, and these two in front of them have a race there. They're not going to want to give up their race because they're racing for position also.
Mike Adams in the 244 car. That could be a difference maker for those cars. Oh, he's able to get through. That's going to help out McCaddy big time.
Yeah. Advantage McCaddy there.
He's still got the two cars between them.
Oh, dropped the tire off there.
Got it back on. And there Van Lierop is able to get his way through now, and he'll try to gain back on McCaddy as the battle for second continues. And as we saw, a good battle for Adams as well.
Yeah, they'll continue on with their battle there.
Mike Kelly rolling right along, unquestioned leader. The only cars he's seen are the cars that he is lapping. He's overtaking them very quickly.
You know, it doesn't look like his lap times had even dropped a few tenths. He looks like he's just in the zone like you were talking about earlier.
He might very well be whistling for all we know. And here's the battle for second, tightening up right now. Still McCaddy in second, followed by Van Lierop in third. But all eyes on 717, Mike Kelly in the white Pontiac.
Oh, look at these two going at it again. Oh,
McCaddy and Van Lierop. And Van Lierop is in second. They're getting their money's worth on the track today.
Absolutely.
So Van Lierop has second place ahead of McCaddy in third. As you can see, it's very close.
Oh, looky here.
Might get another pass, and we certainly will. Back and forth. McCaddy now in second, ahead of Van Lierop in third.
Okay, Sam, I'm gonna throw you under the bus here. Who you gonna call to win this one between these two here?
I'll go with McCaddy. I'll go with McCaddy in the 107.
Okay.
How about you?
I'll go with Van Lierop then.
There you go.
Neither one of us can lose because these two are just putting a heck of a show on for us.
I think it's just going to be a question of timing. Who happens to be in second at that particular moment when the race ends?
Yeah, and oh my goodness, that was
look at that, side by side.
Going through turn one there, and I'll tell you what, folks, that's no easy deal there. There's a lot of trust going on.
It's a great vantage point for our camera.
Oh, and he got him too.
I wonder if we ought to get a little side bet going. You know these racers do.
Hey, wait a sec. We weren't supposed to talk about that.
So 59, Van Lierop in second.
Oh, coming up on lap traffic. See what happens here.
Well, Van Lierop making hay there, doing a nice job taking over both those cars. And McCaddy right behind. That's going to be the race to look out for. We've been focusing on it for much of the afternoon here in Group 1.
Looks like these guys are going to be coming around for the last lap here.
All right, Jim, you're going to make your move. Now's the time to do it, my friend. 107, Jim McAdie trying to make a move on Jeff Van Leeuwen, number 59 in second. Down the straightaway.
All right, Jeff. No pressure on you, pal. I got a side bet with Sam here. You got to do it for me.
There's your leader. From start to finish, Mike Kelly. As a battle for second rages on. So Kelly putting one final hard charge through here to get in a great final lap.
And he is just not letting up.
Strong, some more lap traffic now as he's trying to overtake that Pontiac. And look out.
Oh, Rick got out of the way. Rick Boss from that 155. He knows that these two are going to have quite the battle.
And it is, look at that nose to tail.
Boy, betting on either one of these two is not a bad bet.
Mike Kelly will take the checkered flag here in Group 1. And McAdie and Van Leeuwen side by side. And Van Leeuwen will hold on by a nose.
Wow, that
Van
was
Leeuwen in second and McAdie in third in a tightly contested Group 1.
Good job, guys.
More coverage straight ahead here from Spokane County Raceway.
You're watching the O'Reilly Auto Parts Northwest Grand Prix.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group 2 this afternoon. Should be a great field.
Oh, man, that was quite a spread out there heading down the straightaway. Got a gaggle of Miatas in this one, Sam.
Well, it's a Porsche right now, the black Porsche driven by Patrick Kelly with the lead, at least early on. And we got those Miatas. It's going to be a fun race, to say the least.
Look at them all. That's awesome.
It's amazing, too, to go from the loud roar of the formulas and the other groups we've had, and these are more of the street variety cars that are really fun to watch. They're like a big pack of biplanes buzzing the tower.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh, look at here.
Patrick Kelly with the lead, at least momentarily. Mark Higginbottom right there in the mix. Frank DiMaselli. All in Miatas behind the Porsche. There's a look at DiMaselli. Mazda Miata and the red-blue. Porsche versus Miata, which on paper, you would think, hey, for those of you who aren't necessarily big racing fans, look at the race we have here. Another Porsche, that's Moriarty, 317. A 147 car being driven by Ian Anderson in the red Miata.
Well, he gave it a shot there.
There's Bill Burnham, the 77 car.
Right behind him, I noticed, was Brian Woodbury in the 97. Those two have been going at it all weekend long.
As Moriarty makes his way through the field, Patrick Kelly still leading against Mark Higginbottom. And running third right now, Fred Toby. And the field really tightens. Tim Venable out there. There's your rabbit once again, Daniel Schrader. One can only wonder if we're delaying the inevitable between Kelly and Moriarty, but for now it is Kelly, Higginbottom, Moriarty, 1-2, and a distant third, at least for the moment. There's a dust up. 281 Tim Venable back up on the track. So way to keep his composure, get back out on there.
Yeah, looks like he didn't bring a bunch of garbage out there. That's good for the rest of the guys. Of course, then we see stuff out there.
On the straightaway, Kelly, followed by Higginbottom. And there's Moriarty chasing quick in third.
He's coming strong, guys. Did a great job coming through the field there. You know, I'll tell you what, that is fun to do. A little bit hair-raising sometimes, but it's a blast to do.
So a couple Porsches now leading the field.
Boy, Moriarty just looks strong, doesn't he?
He's overtaken 11 cars to get into second place. So now he's jockeying for position on the leader, Patrick Kelly.
Oh.
And here they come right in your living room, folks. We'll see if he can make his move.
Oh, that's
and he does for the moment. He had a couple tires up momentarily. Side by side racing at its finest. And Moriarty has taken the lead from last to first.
Wow, that was a textbook pass and hanging on to it. What a great job with these guys. They were, I'm telling you, these guys were close.
Moriarty pulling away. Kelly now holding on to second. And Higginbottom in third. A car off the track. Tim Venable gets back on.
Yeah, he's been off the course a couple times now. Makes me wonder if he's got something happening with his tires.
Tell you, the 30 car is still in the mix here for second place. Still a great race going on. It has been between Kelly and Higginbottom, and even after both of them got overtaken by Josh Moriarty, they have little separation between the two of them.
Yeah, it's like they're glued together.
Moriarty's a race to lose right now after he had to work so hard to work his way through the field. In fact, he has now lapped Linda Heinrich, who actually started out ahead of Moriarty. One has to wonder if this is an exercise in futility for the third place Higginbottom. Have to be so patient. He's not going to have the horsepower, obviously, to overtake the Porsche. Whatever he does, it's going to have to be textbook and a whole lot of patience. You see the rear view of Josh Moriarty. That has been his afternoon ever since he was in the rear view for the beginning portions. And there's a little bump and grind. Inadvertent at that.
Hey, I'm here still.
Didn't notice you. Well, now they've got a little separation, and they'll close that once again.
Yeah, trust me, folks. He didn't mean to get into him like that. That's not what we do out here. Good battle there.
And great battle there. Josh Moriarty, one more car to pass. He started at the back. He will finish in the front. Meanwhile, the fight continues for second place. Josh Moriarty, what a great victory this will be for him in the Porsche 944. As he had to make his way all the way from the back, and he finishes in the lead. Great victory for Josh Moriarty, who will take the checkered flag. Meanwhile, the battle continues. Patrick Kelly hanging on for dear life against Mark Higginbottom. It has been those two grinding first at the start for the lead, and then now for second place. Can Higginbottom make one final move? Kelly has cut him off each and every time, and it looks like Kelly will hang on.
Got one more shot at it.
Josh Moriarty taking the checkered flag in the red Porsche 944. And Kelly will take second place. So a 1-2 finish for the Porsches. Mark Higginbottom finishing in third in his Miata.
And that is going to wrap up the racing here at Spokane County Raceway. And Todd, weather cooperated, obviously, and we had a great day.
We did. Had a great day of racing. Competition is always close here. Great fun to watch, great action. Track did grease up just a little bit as we anticipated, but hey, just couldn't have been a better day of racing.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Todd, but I have a pretty good idea. What was your favorite race out there?
Well, I'm a Formula car driver, so it's a Group 3. I love the Continentals, those wing cars. They're a blast to drive, and they're even more fun to watch. And hey, I got to watch my buddies do a bunch of really good racing there.
And that's what it's all about, folks. Just buddies getting together, watching some great racing action. We hope you enjoyed it at home. All right, folks, that is going to wrap it up. Hope you had a great one, and we'll see you next year in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Northwest Grand Prix.